Hey, Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. And boy, is it. Sway, I think you always had the answer.
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what
You
more
ain't
than
got.
me? Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the
Kanye,
answers.
relax.
You ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You
a
ain't been doing
question.
the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye, calm down.
You don't have the answer.
Ooh, Kanye. Sway?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Ooh. Well, anyway, your boy Kanye West is back in the news. He said a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff last year. Just horrible stuff. He brought a white supremacist, Nick Fuentes, to Mar-a-Lago to hang out with Donald Trump. He told Alex Jones, that creep, that he loved Hitler. Okay? Hitler. One of the most evil people to ever exist. Hitler. He loves him. And that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. First of all, let me educate you. It's DEFCON if you're going to use the acronym, the abbreviated version of what is defense condition. And so DEFCON 1 is the highest level. So he's uneducated, which I'm not surprised by. I don't know if you're surprised by that. This is not an educated person, the stuff that falls out of his mouth. Well, the reason we're talking about him today, and he lost everything. He lost his business deals because of this anti-Semitism. This Adidas deal would have taken him over the top and made him a billionaire. He lost out on that deal and so much else by really just being an anti-Semite and saying the most horrible things about Jewish people, the Jewish culture. So now let's fast forward to 2023. It's March, toward the end of March. And it seems like something has occurred to him about his anti-Semitism once he watched 21 Jump Street, okay, which starred Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. I believe Ice Cube was in it as well. And he's got 18 million followers, Kanye. So to 2,384,367 people liked this that he said today. Quote, watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. What? There's more. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. Why is he telling us something we already know? Is he telling us he's finally educated himself on this? We already know that. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semite knowing Jesus is Jew. Wait a minute. So you say you're a Christian, you've said anti-Semitic things, but you're saying because Jesus is Jewish, you can't be considered anti-Semite. And he doesn't say Jesus is Jewish. He doesn't say Jesus is a Jew. He says Jesus is Jew. Okay? I don't like none of that. I don't like none of that at all. Okay? And then he says, thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you. Oh, Jonah Hill, I'm so sorry you got wrapped up in this. We haven't heard any comment from Jonah Hill because I'm certain he's probably like in shock. And this is a man who, for his last movie, which I believe was the one with Eddie Murphy, he decided not to do any of the publicity tour because of mental health. He said, this is, these publicity tours, they just really can mess with your mental health. And I have so much respect for him for saying, I'm not going to do the normal, typical things that Hollywood expects of me. I'm going to protect my mental health. So I really do respect that, Jonah. And speaking of mental health, I don't know what is going on with Kanye, but flip-flopping like this is very confusing for me. Because here's something else. He lost his endorsements, like the Adidas deal, when he said something that was anti-Semitic. When he said something that was anti-Black, however, saying that slavery was a choice and other things, he didn't lose any deals. I just want to point that out. If the anti-Semitism is horrible, but his anti-Black comments are also horrible, in particular because so many Black people are buying his products. Why wasn't that important for Adidas as well, or any other company that he had to deal with? Why wasn't it important when he said anti-Black stuff, but it became very important, as it should be, when he said anti-Semitic stuff? I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out all the things. And what I really want to carp on is this. You have children. You have children. 4. North, Psalm, what's the other one? Saint in Chicago. 4 kids, 1 daughter, 3 sons. And your behavior is not the behavior of a parent who is looking out for his children, who wants to teach his children the right way to be productive citizens, to be great human beings. This is not what you're teaching your children at all. Your behavior matters. Your wife's behavior matters. You and Kim Kardashian decided to get together and have 4 children. That means the way the 2 of you govern your behavior, it needs to be on point. Your children are watching what you do and how you do it, what you say, why you say it. I'm not a parent, but I can tell you, I had a mom. My parents were divorced. She says some stuff and it's like, what? I got to rest on that. That doesn't seem right. His kids are young. You can't keep this away from kids, the stuff that he says. He's in every periodical imaginable, whether it's Vanity Fair or Rolling Stone or Page 6. He's there with what he said. At the end of the day, Sway, I love you. Sway had the answers. This is a man who created a song, Jesus Walks, so that he could actually get Jesus's name on the radio, because he said normally you couldn't talk about God. You had to say he or him. Then you could talk about God, but nobody was talking about Jesus. Look at all this Christian love, Christian reasoning for why we're doing something. Yet we want to say awful things about another group of people and think that's the Christian way. Kanye, I don't know if you're new to Christianity. I don't know. And I don't really care. But I do care about somebody who is doing the wrong thing, and they got 4 young children who hopefully will not follow in his footsteps. This is ratchety. Parents, what you say matters. What you do matters. You know that. I'm ashamed. This is ridiculous. Jonah Hill, I love you. I watched 21 Jump Street, a silly movie. So did you look up first to see what somebody's ethnicity or religion was before you watched the show? How did this even come to pass? How did you even know that Jonah Hill was Jewish? What did you do? I mean, did you look it up ahead of time? I don't know. This is the most asinine thing that I have heard in a while, but it came out of Kanye West's mouth, that is. So I'm not that surprised. I'm very disappointed and have been disappointed in him for a while. You made some great music, Stronger. I mean, that talking about inspirational, but you can't inspire me anymore. And you're not inspiring others. And by the way, this comment that he made about liking Jewish people again, it garnered 2,384,367 likes on his page. And I talked to a young man And I said, hey, what do you think about what Kanye's saying? He tried to defend him. I was out. I don't know if this is generational. I don't know what it is, but y'all need to find better role models. It's not Kanye West, because he's not even a role model for his kids at this point. And he needs to get more intelligent. Death con. That's not a thing. Know that that's not a thing. Death con. Just the words. Forget that he's saying it about other people. He's not intelligent. And by saying Jew and not Jewish or a Jew is offensive. It's like when people say the black. I don't like that. Well, if I don't like that, I'm not going to like is Jew. That's what you said. And no Christian can be labeled. You know what? You need to go back. You need to read your Bible. You need to do a lot of things. But you need to understand you have 4 kids. Your behavior is unacceptable. The things that come out of your mouth are unacceptable. You are not being a good role model for your children. Sway, I'm going to have to end with you.
You ain't got to turn up on me man to man, dog. These mics. We could turn all this off. You ain't got to do this. It's cool. I love you, bro. But you ain't got to turn up. Don't try to embarrass us.